Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to you all. I truly appreciate you taking the time to click on this video and join me today. Before diving into today's topic, I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to the newest member of our growing community. Welcome aboard. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this channel thriving. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Now, let's get into today's intriguing discussion. Why does the narcissist hate you but refuse to leave you? It's a puzzling paradox that many struggle to understand, how someone can envy and despise you while simultaneously feeling unable to live without you. Narcissists often present this contradiction, and today I'll be unpacking it for you by sharing 3 key reasons behind this behavior. By the end of this video, you'll have a crystal clear understanding of their motives and the unsettling dynamics at play. The first and perhaps most critical reason lies in the concept of narcissistic supply. Simply put, narcissists need people like you to sustain themselves. This dependency isn't born out of love or genuine connection, but from their insatiable need for what we call narcissistic supply. Think of it as the fuel that powers their very existence. Without it, they falter. It's this supply that motivates them to face the day and gives them the energy to push forward, no matter what challenges come their way. Narcissistic supply manifests in 2 distinct forms, both of which are essential to the narcissist. The first is positive supply, which stems from the admiration, praise, and attention they receive from others. This type of supply feeds their ego, inflates their sense of self-importance, and reassures them of their superiority. On the surface, it might seem harmless. After all, who doesn't enjoy a little appreciation? But for the narcissist, this need is insatiable and can lead to exploitative behaviors. The second form, however, is far more sinister: negative supply. This dark side of narcissistic supply comes from the pain, confusion, and distress they inflict on others. Yes, they derive satisfaction from manipulating, deceiving, and even hurting people. For them, causing emotional turmoil validates their power and control. It's a twisted form of gratification that keeps them hooked to their targets, unable to let go, even when the relationship becomes toxic for both parties. Narcissistic supply is the lifeblood of a narcissist, a constant source of validation and control that fuels their existence. While much has been said about the positive, surface-level supply that feeds their carefully constructed facade, there's another, more sinister form that is often overlooked. This darker form of narcissistic supply, which is rarely labeled as such, reveals a deeper truth about the narcissist's insatiable cravings. Unlike the positive supply that props up their fake, curated self, the dark supply satisfies the narcissist's true, unmasked identity, a core driven by manipulation, domination, and a need to extract power from others. This craving for supply defines the narcissist relationships. If you become their primary source of narcissistic supply, they will cling to you with an almost unbreakable grip. Letting go is not in their nature. Even if they appear to move on, perhaps replacing you with someone else, they rarely sever the ties completely. The narcissist thrives on keeping a lingering hold over past connections, maintaining relationships that they can exploit whenever it suits their needs. To them, exes are not truly exes, but rather extensions of their control, a reserve they can tap into at will. Why is it so difficult for narcissists to let go? Because for them, people are not individuals with autonomy, but tools, tag-alongs to be dragged along for emotional sustenance, even after the initial dynamic has shifted. This lingering relationship isn't about love, respect, or even nostalgia. It's about maintaining a sense of superiority and ensuring that no source of supply escapes their grasp. They meticulously preserve these connections, sometimes cloaked in feigned friendliness or vague promises, all to keep the door open for future exploitation. Understanding this dark supply sheds light on the narcissist's true motivations. It isn't just about the praise and admiration they extract from their constructed personas' admirers. It's also about the satisfaction they gain from knowing they can control and destabilize others, even in subtle or covert ways. This dynamic is as much about power as it is about validation, of power they are unwilling to relinquish, no matter how toxic or damaging the relationship becomes. If you find yourself entangled in the web of a narcissist, recognizing their tactics is the first step toward breaking free. They may not want to let you go, but that doesn't mean you have to remain a source of their supply. Liberation begins with awareness and the courage to reclaim your own sense of self. One of the most sinister aspects of a narcissist's behavior is their determination to control your happiness, or more accurately, to ensure your lack of it. For the narcissist, happiness is a zero-sum game. If they cannot experience it, then neither should you. This twisted logic fuels much of their behavior, leaving you feeling trapped, drained, and robbed of joy. The root of their hatred lies not in any fault of yours, but in their fear of losing control. Narcissists are acutely aware of your potential to find happiness and fulfillment without them. Deep down, they know you are capable of discovering someone who treats you better, loves you more genuinely, and values you as you deserve. This awareness terrifies them. The thought of you slipping through their grasp and flourishing with someone else is an unbearable blow to their fragile ego. After all, you are one of their primary sources of supply, the attention and validation they crave to maintain their inflated sense of self. Letting you go means losing not just control, but also the power they derive from keeping you under their thumb. Rather than risk seeing you thrive, they choose to isolate you. They weave an intricate web designed to keep you dependent, miserable, and hopeless. You become, in essence, a prisoner of their making. The narcissist's ultimate goal is not only to ensure your unhappiness, but also to deplete you to the point where you can no longer bring joy to anyone else. They take and take until there is nothing left, leaving you empty and questioning your worth. But why do narcissists behave this way? The answer lies in their incapacity for genuine happiness. Their world is one of envy, bitterness, and selfishness. They despise seeing others enjoy what they cannot. Your joy becomes a glaring reminder of what they lack, and instead of seeking to better themselves, they seek to drag you down to their level. For them, it's not enough to simply coexist with your happiness, they must extinguish it entirely. This profound selfishness underscores how much a narcissist truly hates you, even if they claim otherwise. Their actions are driven by their inability to let you go and their obsessive need to control your emotional state. In their eyes, if they cannot have happiness, neither should you. It's a cruel and self-centered perspective that reveals the depths of their toxicity. Recognizing this cycle is the first step to breaking free. You deserve happiness, fulfillment, and the freedom to thrive without the shadow of a narcissist darkening your life. The path may not be easy, but reclaiming your joy is worth every step. Remember, you are not their prisoner, you hold the key to your freedom. Narcissists are fascinatingly paradoxical creatures, entangled in a web of control, manipulation, and internal conflict. At the core of their behavior lies an insatiable hunger for dominance, a need so profound that it dictates their every interaction. They despise you yet cling to you because without you, they lose their power to manipulate, to extract the validation they so desperately crave. For them, control is not just a tool, it's a lifeline. Without someone to dominate, their sense of self crumbles. This need for control explains why they keep you close, no matter how much disdain they secretly harbor. To a narcissist, the world is a chessboard, and everyone around them is a potential pawn. They carefully craft a facade, a persona of charm and allure to lure you in. They know exactly how to play on your vulnerabilities, using flattery and seductive words to ensnare you. Their smiles may seem genuine, their attentiveness may feel intoxicating, but it's all an illusion, a calculated performance designed to place you under their control. Once they've drawn you into their orbit, their true intentions emerge. The game then shifts to manipulation, where they exploit your emotions, your fears, and your trust to maintain dominance. What makes this dynamic even more troubling is the deep-seated resentment narcissists feel toward those they entrap. They despise your happiness, your empathy, and your ability to feel genuine emotions, qualities that they lack, and envy to their core. Your very existence becomes a reminder of what they cannot have or feel. This envy fuels their hatred, which they direct toward you in subtle or overt ways. Yet paradoxically, they need you. Without you, their control dissipates, and they lose their source of narcissistic supply, the admiration, attention, or fear they thrive on. The narcissist's life is a constant hunt for new victims to manipulate and control. They are predators, always on the prowl, driven by an unrelenting desire for dominance. But their dilemma is undeniable. While your happiness and individuality irritate them, they cannot afford to let you go. You are both their torment and their sustenance, the object of their hatred and their need. Ultimately, a narcissist's existence is one of deep inner turmoil. Beneath the confident exterior lies a person consumed by envy, anger, and a desperate need for validation. They despise you for what you represent, yet depend on you for their survival. Their world revolves around control, and as long as you are in their lives, you will remain both their target and their anchor. The only way to break free is to recognize their tactics and reclaim your own power, stepping out of their shadow to build a life that no longer feeds their toxic cycle. Many people fail to see through the facade of narcissists, entrapped by the illusion they so skillfully weave. Narcissists are acutely aware of their differences from others, but instead of acknowledging their need for help, they project the blame outward. To them, the world is defective, flawed individuals who exist solely for manipulation, deception, and exploitation. It is a game they play, where lies, cheating, and manipulation are tools not just for survival but for amusement. Their cold conviction leads them to view empathetic souls as mere puppets, toys to control and bend to their will. What's more chilling is their calculated use of masks. They craft a false image to appear charming, alluring, or even vulnerable, anything that lures others into their web. Without this carefully constructed facade, they know they could neither inspire affection nor gain the loyalty they crave. This mask is the linchpin of their strategy, the illusion that draws people in and binds them emotionally. And often it's our love, our empathy for these narcissists, that becomes the very chain holding us captive. Love blinds us to the glaring reality of their true nature, making us cling to the hope that they might truly care, despite the pain they inflict. Yet this hope is an illusion. A narcissist's heart is void of genuine care. Their primary goal is to extract what is often called narcissistic supply, validation, control, and the satisfaction of knowing they have the power to dictate your emotions and your life. They don't seek connection, they seek dominance. This insatiable need for control leaves no room for your happiness, independence, or well-being. It's easy to misinterpret their refusal to discard you as a sign of care. However, the reality is far more sinister. Narcissists keep people around not out of love or compassion, but because they thrive on the power they hold over them. Your suffering feeds their ego, your joy, if not under their control, threatens their fragile sense of superiority. This dynamic can leave you drained, questioning your worth, and trapped in a cycle of emotional turmoil. But you are not powerless. Awareness is the first step to reclaiming your life. Recognize their manipulations for what they are: tools to strip you of your happiness and freedom. Guard your heart, maintain your boundaries, and never allow a narcissist to rob you of the joy you deserve. Your life is meant for more than being a pawn in someone else's game. Stay vigilant, protect your peace, and remember that the greatest act of self-love is to walk away from those who seek only to harm. Your thoughts and experiences matter. Please share them in the comments below. Let's support one another in breaking free from the chains of narcissistic abuse.